All right, so today we're going to be getting on this Mach Z. It's a Skidoo Mach Z Rotex 800 triple. It's yeah, it's seen better days, I tell you that much. Over here at the boneyard, yeah, she's seen better days. All right, let's get her home. All right, let's get this thing opened up here. Let's take it all in. Yeah, she's seen better days, like I said, but yeah, she's got some cobwebs in there and that. We're gonna blow it out real quick. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let's take these spark plugs out and drop a little oil down into the cylinders, and then we're gonna check the spark with this little spark checker. All right, got them all out. I'm just gonna go ahead. This is just some 2-stroke oil, so go ahead and put a couple drops in each cylinder. Now we're going to pull the cord a couple times to make sure that she's free. Now that's still a little bit of a resistance. Let's put a little bit more in there. Then I'll bring you back and we'll check spark. All right, I got it in the shade now. Let's see if she's got spark now. Couldn't really tell outside. Oh, all right, I seen it. Okay. Well, I'll let you know if these other two have spark. Well, we won't go through all that. I'll just let you know if they have spark, and then yeah, we'll see if this thing will pop off. See if she gives us a little bit of cough. I broke my compression tester yesterday. I ran it over. That's not good, right? All right, let's see. Boy, oh boy. That thing rolls over pretty hard. Pretty hard. Okay. Let's see if we can't persuade it a little bit. Alright. Let's try this again. I heard something. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. What do you say we get those carburetors off? Those are gonna need some attention. Okay, we got them disconnected, but remember where that cable, it goes inside there. Remember what notch that cable is in, so it's in the front one. That'll throw everything off, that it's all been adjusted in that. All right, next, remember this right here, this cable, just barely back it out a little bit. You can mark it where it came off if you like. Oh, forgot one more fuel line. There we go. Ah, we got her. All right, let's check her out. All right, let's see what's going on with these carburetors. Let's go after the bowls first. All right, let's go after this one first. There we go. Just gonna check the bowls out real quick. Yeah, that's a lot of macaroni in there. Oh yeah, we might have to do everything. All right, let's crack these bad boys open. That one's a little loose. I don't say so myself. Yeah, these Japanese screws, you got to be careful. I see some of them have been replaced over the years because you're not using a correct screwdriver. I got a whole rant about that on one of my other videos. I think it was on that Kawasaki motorcycle that I did. I'm just gonna take one off, do one, and show you how it's done, and then tell you if I have any other problems with these ones. Just to kind of speed up the video a little bit. Alrighty. Oh yeah, that smells like turpentine. Oh yeah. Yep. That one's bad. I mean, the gasket don't look bad, but yeah. Yeah. Just in time for Halloween. Got a green monster in there. Okay. Moving on. Yeah. And a green monster it is. Look at that jet. Goodness gracious. Well, it's got to happen. Let's get her cleaned up. Oh, that was nice. Sometimes those can be a bear. Go ahead and check this. Yeah, that's completely clogged up. Yes. All right. Let's see if we can't get this float out of there and see if it's doing floating things. Be very careful with this at this point, because you can very easily bust the housing. Just lightly tap, take your time, It'll come out. Here it comes. Sorry, my elbow was in the way. Well, this one's being pretty stubborn. So, sometimes you could take a spring punch. Now, if you're not comfortable doing it like this, don't do it like this. So, let me bring it back out a little bit. So when you're got it in there, make sure that it's pretty well straight. There it goes. See, now it's got that little gap in there now. It started now. And yeah, as you can see, it's starting to come out this side. So yeah, but only do this if it's really, really tough to get out. And please, please be careful. Oh, that's more like it. Yeah, just take your time. And please be careful, because if you bust this arm, that's it. You need a whole new carburetor housing. So, go ahead and get that float off of there. Now, the tip looks very nice. Okay, no issues there. Now we're going to go ahead and get this jet out right here. I'm going to do these one by one, like I said before, and then if I run into any other issues with the other ones, I'm going to go ahead and tell you if I have any major issues with these ones and so on. This little jet here. Don't be afraid to do this yourself. Yeah, this one's all clogged up too. Okay, that one's gonna go in a ultrasonic. Okay, now we are going to get this jet out next. Be very careful with that little screw there. It's tiny, and it's got a couple washers on there that are very important. So go ahead and put that to the side. Take this jet out. Come on. There we go. Okay, inspect your O-ring. Wow, look at that. Well, this thing was never gonna run. Oh, like ever. Okay. Now we're gonna flip it over. Hopefully it stays okay. Now we're going to take this top plate off. I'm so sorry if my arm is in the way. No other way of doing it. Check that slide. Make sure they're in sync too. Once we get them all put back together and clean and that, make sure they're in sync. Because old Joe Schmo, you know who's been in here. You know who old Joe Schmo is. That's the neighborhood mechanic that works on everybody's stuff. Yep. My daddy used to work on them things back in the day, you know. All right. go ahead and look at that travel here. Make sure that's nice and smooth. See? Okay. Make sure there's nothing hanging up. That looks pretty clean on that side. Okay, let's put that lid back on there. We don't want to disturb that too much. Please don't. It's got like little dowels, so you can line it up pretty straight. Don't wrench those little screws down because they're just not very tough at all. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. Moving on now. Okay, moving on to the side. Let's count these and see. That's half. That's 1, half, 2. Okay. 2 out from the bottom. Remember that. Go ahead and take this out. Okay, this is what I want to show you. So be sure when you take this out, you see the spring. There should be a little O-ring down inside there. Way down in there. Way down inside there. See if we can't fish that out. There we go. Okay, there's a washer and there's a O-ring. Always remember to inspect these, please, or it'll just start sucking air. That one looks okay. Okay, we don't have a rebuild kit for this right now, unfortunately, but we're just going to see if we can get this thing to fire up just by cleaning it and that and taking care of some minor things. Because not everyone has a repair kit just laying around. I know I don't today. We're going to be doing this with the ultrasonic. But you can also do this with brake cleaner. It doesn't, you know, with a carb cleaner rather. It doesn't need to be submerged in that. But this is for convenience for me, and this is the way I like to do it. All right. Now that we got these carburetors all nice and clean, let's go ahead and go outside and clean up that machine a little bit. That's more like it, eh? Yeah, it cleaned up pretty good. It's not too bad. Okay, let's get them carbs on. All right, so we are going to get ready to put this back on the machine, but do you see what I see? So there is a little bit of a gap there, smaller, but you know, just about the same, and then whoa, I mean, there's hardly anything down there. So yeah, let's take care of that right now. Okay, so what we're going to do, we are going to take this feeler gauge here. We're gonna go to, I say, 24. Let's do a nice big thick 24 to begin with. And let's see. Yeah, we have a little bit of a drag there. And we have a little bit of a drag there. So let's get this one over here about the same. Just so they can be synced. And we can adjust them later on if we need to. We're just trying to get them to blip at the same time. So the way that we do that is that we need to go in here and check this out here. Whoops, sorry about that. I moved the camera. Yeah, we're getting excited. Almost time to see if we have a running machine that's been sitting for over 20 years, they say. That's what they say. No. This is a part of that load that I got a couple years back out of that barn and that property. So we'll see, huh? Alright, so as you can see, yeah, you can see that. There's a little screw here, right? And there's a nut. Okay. Now the nut, let's get this screw. Oh, back that out a little bit. Okay. Now, that screw here, let me get something real quick. All right. So we went ahead and backed out that screw a little bit and we loosened that nut. Okay. So now what we're going to do, we're going to back this out a little bit more and then screw in that screw a little bit. Now what we're going to do, we're going to see which way it goes. So if we screw in a little, is it going to be going down or up? Okay. All right. Let's go back a little bit here. All right. Unscrew that a little bit. So now you have to cycle this. You have to cycle this every time that you adjust. Okay. So you have to make sure that this is going in and out. So now let's go like this. Okay. Now, this is how I do it. Some people do it differently with like the barrel style. I do it with the drill bits, but this style I do with the feeler gauge, and it works out. So, you know. Alrighty. Now let's tighten that up real quick. Get this down. Alrighty. How's that gonna work? All right. Okay, now that we have a base, per se, all the way across, okay? Now I'm going to take this screw here and I'm going to now set the idle. Now this is where those pieces of, basically you just wanted to get it the same amount all the way across. I know it sounds weird, but what I do is I take this blue screwdriver, okay, I don't remember what, this is like getting a base for me. Let me go ahead and, I'm screwing this screw over here, and now I just barely want to catch. Barely want to catch. There we are. Let's go a little bit more. A little bit more. There we go. It fell in there. Just barely. Just like that. Now, I'm doing it all the way across. So now if you see, the gaps are exactly the same. So now when we do our blip, bam, bam, you know. So now they're all the same all the way across. Okay, let's get it on the machine. Okay, we're outside. Sorry about the wind noise and that. So when you go to put your linkage, your throttle linkage back on, your setting is going to be off a little bit. So and then you take that adjustment screw and you adjust the idle accordingly. So now, as you remember, before our other cable here goes in here, and we said that it was in this one here. Okay, come on now. Right here. There we are. And then of course, kind of drag it around and tuck it inside here. Oh, all right. You get the drift. All right, so I'm going to take a heat gun to those boots. So all three of those carbs will go in there nice and smooth like. Be very careful when you're doing this. Don't apply too much heat. You're just warming them up. That's all. That's all you're doing. You're not trying to heat up any hoses or anything like that. Or don't keep your heat on there too long. Just enough to get them to start going back the way they came from the factory. Okay, so moment of truth now. We're gonna go ahead and try to fire this thing up. We're just gonna let it run just for a sec. Might take a couple pulls here, but yeah. I got the brake set, and we'll see if we can't get some of that fuel up to those carbs. Adjust the idle. Okay, here we go. Whew. Boy, that thing is pretty hard to pull. Okay, let's try that again. Boy, oh boy. All right. Let's do a little persuasion here. I just got it to kick off real quick. I forgot to press record. But yeah, see, this really damp, so yeah, there's a little bit of water or something in there, probably from power washing it. It's okay though. It popped off, so I'm glad. You guys want to hear it? All right. Oh, I'm getting too old for this. All right, here we go. Oh, a few more times of that, and we got a runner, I think. All right, it's the next day. Let me show you what we got. I let it sit overnight. I think I flooded it yesterday. Whoa. Woo. Yeah. Oh, oh, that's smoky. Whew. All right, she's a runner. Let's dial her in now. Not too bad, eh? Well, we got ourselves a runner. We'll give her a real good running in the winter. But until then, remember, it's just nuts and bolts, and God bless. Not too bad, eh?